Hit by a ton of bricks. That's how this family feels after being booted out of their workshop of 4 decades. They say they're paying the ultimate price for progress and are taking the case all the way to the High Court.
In 1992, Old English Stars Australia was born.
Nobody makes them like this anymore. No computer-driven machines, just many hands. And that fine Italian touch, all the way from...
It's a town called San Ferdinando.
In Calabria.
Yeah.
These tiles are even in the Prime Minister's place and some of the nation's most famous buildings. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was this business, a 40-year-old Australian success story. 5 children as well. Are you guys super parents or what?
Oh, no, just hard-working parents.
But rather than a pat on the back, Carmel, Antonino and their family have copped a kick in the guts.
Why this has to happen to my family, to my business? Why?
For me to have to put my house up for mortgage, it's really heartbreaking and depressing.
It's like a ton of bricks falling out on myself, okay? A truck of bricks. Boom.
This was their home away from home for all those years, until one day when the New South Wales government gave them the boot.
The first thing, we got a letter from the government.
I didn't believe it. I said to him, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yeah, they're going to acquire the building." And just my heart went down to my feet.
Compulsory acquisition to help build the WestConnex road tunnel at Annandale in Sydney's inner west. They basically said, thanks, get out.
That's it.
Yeah, they said, get out. They don't care. I'm completely devastated. I find it an utter betrayal to me and my family.
Not only did they need to find a new home for their business, they needed to find it within 2.5 months.
It's one thing, if you want to sell a property, you more or less have time to go around and look. In this case, it was done the other way round. They acquired the building and they said, "You've got to get out." And I thought, where am I going to go? To get a warehouse big enough, they're just not here. They're just not around. My husband and my sons were working 18-hour days to try and get all of this stuff out. We had pallets and pallets and pallets of tiles. We had the big gas kilns that had to be moved. And I mean, that's not easy.
The Gaudiosos found their future at a huge cost.
Well, we've got nothing left. In fact, we owe money. We owe money to the bank because Dad had to mortgage his house to pay for the relocation. You had to pay for legal costs to fight the battle.
After paying for the land and paying to move, not a cent remained from the $9 million the government gave them to get out. How much should the state government have given you for that land?
Well, we were offered $18 million for it. That was in writing.
Did you show them that?
Yeah, but it fell on pretty deaf ears.
They could have sold to that developer if they had a choice.
They need to know how wrong this is, that the government needs to be held accountable, you know, for all their wrongdoing, and that they can't just take a small business and just throw them out and expect that, you know, there's not going to be any ramifications.
It's been 4 years since the state government flexed its muscle.
There's plenty of space, but it's not finished. All of our product is just sitting on the floor waiting to go onto pallet racks, but we haven't been able to put those pallet racks up because we don't have any money to do it.
Sons Dom and Steve are slowly but surely restoring Old English tiles to its former glory.
I've been doing this all my life, since I was the age of 9, 10.
Dad had you down here?
Dad had me down here working. There were no really school holidays for us. It was more just come down, help the family out.
Well, Dad was cracking the whip, yeah?
Well, Dad was cracking the whip. He was good, though. He taught us a lot. He taught us about hard work.
And if you're going to come between an Italian family and its hard work, then prepare for a showdown in the modern-day Colosseum. And now you're taking them to the High Court, to the very top.
Yeah, there's no other way. We want the money back what we spent. That's what we want. We want the fair thing. I want the money which I paid.
So this isn't about a cash grab and getting extra money. This is just about breaking even.
Breaking
isn't it?
even. It's breaking even, correct. I want my money back which I spent. Simple.
Makes sense. But when the Gaudiosos first challenged what they were given, this drama entered soprano country.
We extensively documented all of our costs, all of our relocation expenses.
$6 million it cost to move. The government initially gave them $2 million. Then the government's lawyers took it back.
Transport for New South Wales effectively exploited a loophole that said that because we didn't have Mum and Dad didn't have a lease with themselves, the property that they owned, that they operated the business out of, we weren't entitled to a cent.
Ripped off. Completely ripped off.
You try to put on a face in front of your family, but deep inside you think, how am I going to survive? You know, if I don't get what I spent on relocating, how am I going to survive?
As for their former home, it's done its job, and the state government is now working out what to do with the land.
Their pockets are very full. You know, they can get whoever they want, put a truckload of money to it, and fight us. We don't have that. They're just trying to bleed us out. That's all they're trying to do, bleed us out.
The last heritage tile manufacturer in Australia. Carmel and Antonino could have just taken the money and retired. But this is more than work. It's their family. It's their labour of love.
It's something which means a lot to us because we want to continue on. We want to continue on with with all the English tiles for many generations. The second and the third generation, whatever we will be, yes. No, it's my love. I started when I was 18 years old. My title in Italy was maestro, was master. At 18, I was already a master. So you can imagine
a master of tiles.
You can imagine what I can do. I'm not a show-off man, but I want to do the best, to give the best to this country, the country where I am.
Well, we asked Transport for New South Wales how much taxpayers' money has been spent on legal action with this case. There was no answer. Instead, we were told it respects the rights of property owners to challenge these offers through the court process.